Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit.
God damn!
What's up?
Man, look, man. I got a child support payment due coming soon, right? And I just need like $50. Maybe like $250. Okay, a K. I just need a K from you, man. I promise you I'll pay it right back.
Look, fam. You know you're my boy. Keep you down 100.
Right.
But I don't know if you heard this or not. But the U.S. the Treasury,
right,
they said they're running out of money. And way my bank account set up, I got checkings in the savings. And good luck, my nigga. Let's get this shit. Let's get this. Welcome to the Culture Clowns Podcast.
Welcome.
Episode 6. I'm your host, Jay Stay Saucy, a.k.a. Mr. J Combs.
And I am the co-host, M. Kennedy Simbai, a.k.a. M.
Man, you know, I was talking to my friend.
Yeah.
And he has his own podcast.
I bet he does.
Niggas stay with podcasts.
Hell
niggas
yeah.
either got a job, or niggas either got their own online business, a podcast, or both.
At this point, half of America has a podcast.
I'm pretty damn well sure.
Yeah.
Everybody and their mama got a podcast. But anyway, the conversation was what I asked him something about his co-host or whatever, and he's like, "Man, I hate co-host, the term co-host." And I was like, "You know what? That word does sound kind of weird as shit. Like, oh, I'm a co-host. It sounds demeaning."
Well, I mean, we're both co-hosts because we could say like you're the host, I'm the other host, but it doesn't sound like co-host because we're both co-hosting. So it applies. The term co-host applies to both of us because we're both hosts.
Okay, that makes sense.
We have the same responsibilities. But I get what you mean. It is like I wish they could come up with a better term.
Fuck it. Shakespeare came up with 100 words,
right?
We can come up with our own.
Yeah, you know what I find really interesting, dude, about that, like, is how why aren't we allowed, even from the time we were at school? Why were we never allowed to come up with new words,
like really
new things that made sense?
Running around coming up with new words, babby,
babu, doo, baby.
You really want a bunch of 5-year-olds going around? Yeah, this is my baby. No, that's juice. Babby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I feel like there are plenty of new words that we could bring into, use. Like,
but you know something?
I think that the name Debo, I think it should be an actual thing in the dictionary to describe an individual who is in a community, a suburb or a hood, who is the bully within that suburb or hood. I feel like that's actually an applicable name, Debo.
No, actually, and if you go to the Urban Dictionary, it is a word now. It really is a word.
An Urban Dictionary, yeah.
Well, I don't know if I thought it got switched over to the middle term or whatever they was, because white people love to catch on to the wave.
That's right.
But yeah, the dictionary term that you go look up is if I deboed something, that means I stole something, and so it's basically jacking.
Shit, do you mind pausing for just 1 minute, dog? I need to.
Well, get your
it's
life
weird,
together.
I just reached for this shit, and it's like
just out here thirsty. I told you leave those thotties alone.
Hey man, it's hard work. Chasing after white women out here in Cali is hard work. Thirsty work.
You gonna upset their daddy.
I am.
You gonna end up on the wrong side of the clan.
But I mean, they already got daddy issues, a lot of them anyway. So it's like, am I really upsetting your father, or am I just staying true to who you are already?
You know something I thought about though? I couldn't date a white girl because of that reason. I am not trying to be the solution to you and your daddy problems, and you and I want to get back at my dad and my parents because I hate them so much.
Right.
And then that's something else. Why every time you see a nigga with a white girl, it's the ugliest damn bitch out here?
Yeah, I would say a good percentage of the time, it's like, gents, you could have done better. I feel like there are a lot of black guys who just go for white women just because they want to be able to say, oh yeah, I'm with a white woman. And it's like, look, maybe you genuinely love the person, you know what I'm saying? They could be 300 pounds, you know what I'm saying? They could be, they could be 150, whatever the hell it is, but don't just get with someone because you're like, oh yeah, it's a different race or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
something?
Like it's weird, bro. It feels like it's a trend at this
something?
point.
Like, I love thick girls. I love thick girls. But when I see thick white girls, it just make me go, ugh.
When I like thick girls, and we need to specify here because I think this applies.
I'm talking about a little bit round. I ain't gonna lie. If I see a round girl, a round black girl, and she a little pudgy. Yeah, I could do it. I'm good with that. Right. But I don't know. It just like it don't look right on any other race to me.
See, with me, that's the thing. Like, it's not even like only applicable to white women. And I want to state this for me personally right now. Like, I'm not the type of dude who is into fat women. Like, there's a difference between, again, being fat and being thick. And I feel like nowadays, and it's across all the different race groups. I'm not going to discriminate. We don't do that over here. You know what I'm saying? Across all the race groups. There's a trend now where it's like, oh yeah, you can call yourself thick, but you're actually fat. Like it's a fact. Like it's clear that you're overweight, you're obese, you have your BMI is probably fucked up. Like you actually need to lose that weight. And I think we're making it a thing where it's like, oh yeah, you can be fat and obese and shit, and then that's fine. Like it's not like, be healthy. And for me personally, I can't date a fat woman or be with a fat woman. And it's funny coming from me because look, I'm not the most in shape dude, but I'm also not where I used to be, where I was 255 pounds, 5'9". I'm like 6'3", 180 pounds.
Call you Big Pookie on the drums.
You feel me? Like I could have ended up like BFD to Pac-Man, BFB to Pac-Man. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't. And I'm fortunate. You know what I'm saying?
But something else, for me, when it comes to like fat girls, I'm okay with it long as you know how to wear it. Like I've been around fat girls my whole life that knew how to wear their fatness. Like that doesn't turn me like it's to me it's how you wear it, how you own it, and how you live in your skin. But if you just overweight and sloppy build and just
that's nasty.
Nah. But put it like this. I will fuck the shit out of Lizzo.
Would you?
Man, bro, man.
See, that's...
I'm crying.
See, this is where...
I think, what's the dude? Captain America, he fucked up.
Chris Evans?
Yeah, he fucked up. I would have definitely... knocked her down.
You should have. Hey, Chris, man, you missed out on an ample opportunity, but it's okay because Jay right here to pick up the game. You know what I'm saying? He right here.
But no, like somebody like Lizzo, right? Who knows who she's big. She's a big girl, but she knows how to wear it. She doesn't look like she stinks. She doesn't. She look like she smells like caramel and like vanilla and like all that good shit from Bath and Body Works. It's about how you wear the shit. Why you look like that?
and again, I don't know from the female perspective, but I would imagine that a lot of women also see it the same way. A lot of women nowadays want a guy who's fit. That doesn't necessarily mean 6-pack abs, 6'3", 6'4", whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but it does mean
put it like this:
being fit. Like
old Monique, I had a crush on old Monique, not new Monique, because she old now. She got all these great. It doesn't. She's a little older for me. And,
Monique,
yeah. But when she said skinny girls can't cook, I believed it. Because I've never been around a skinny girl that can cook up until... Yeah, I've never been around a skinny girl that can cook.
I feel like especially with ethnics, the women who can cook very well tend to be not even some thick or even more on the heavier side. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. And I don't mind shit. Like I said, as long as it's not... Because I can't do the... I really can't. Like, I can't. The Lizzo, Adele, back when she was big, I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't have.
Put it like this. I prefer Big Jenny over Little Jenny. Jennifer Hudson.
Really?
Yeah, man.
It's crazy. She's actually been slim for so long that I've actually forgotten what she looked like when she was big. Man, I forgot that she was even big.
Girl, Jenny.
Dream girl, yeah,
she was my dream girl.
She was fine.
Okay,
she actually was in there too, to be honest.
Hey man, she got skinny. Her head didn't come out right with it. It just. Yeah. I am trying to.
My
goal here is by the end of this episode, I want to get us immediately flagged.
Definitely flagged. YouTube gonna be like, yeah,
Wild.
your content crazy. It's out of here. It's wilding out, man. Like Nick Cannon should have y'all on a show. Like y'all just way wilding out. But switching lanes, I'm trying to find out how you doing, man. What you been up to? How's life? You know what I'm saying? How the child support payments going?
Child support. If I had any children out there that I don't know about, good luck to you. Hope you can be a great athlete.
He said, cheer it.
Hey, you're gonna be a great athlete, and your mom's gonna be a great single mom.
That's right. Hey, I'll tell you what though. I think Jay would make a great father.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would. But guess what? I don't want to be.
He said, I don't want. The moment he find out, oh, baby on the way, I'm heading out to grab some
don't
milk.
get me wrong. Don't.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm just going to I'm just going to Ralph's to get some milk real quick.
You know
some
what?
Fruit Loops.
You know what though? If I found out I had a kid, I would definitely be in that kid's life.
Yeah.
When they go to the league.
Hope. He said, when he get drafted, I'm gonna be there on draft day.
No, I'm just playing. I'm kidding. Nah, but honestly, I don't respect men that aren't in their kids' life. So definitely, if I had a kid, I would definitely be in their kid's life.
Hell yeah.
I would make it an inference, and I would make it an inference so much that I take ain't nobody putting me on child support. I'm gonna be the primary, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely would be in my kid's life. Like, don't get me wrong, it ain't no all the joke shit, whatever. But,
yeah, jokes aside.
But yeah, man, like I genuinely do not respect men that don't take care of their kids.
No, you got
it in their kids' life at all. Like I don't bro. You got 2 kids, but you claim you got this. You claim you balling, bro. You got 3 kids and you got this Mercedes Benz. Like, bro, what the fuck? Your kids ain't got no diapers.
Which I guess can kind of be that could be our segue into the first topic. But yeah, back to the original question. Like, how are you doing? And then we can go back to it because I do want to have a conversation about that. But I just wanted to find
a lot of.
No, we do. Yeah,
man, I'm doing all right, man. I'm just out here living life. I'm trying to get back into my acting bag. And
yes, sir.
Doing some more, like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next, whatever. Yeah. So I'm just out here. Just out here. This is my life right now.
But hey, man, it is what it is, man.
This podcast. This is who I am right now.
This podcast, we doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? And
what about you? What you got going?
Oh, this week has been pretty crazy. For me, Monday I had to be on set for Westworld. And then Tuesday I had a break, but I still had to go do like COVID tests, and I had to do a bunch of other shit. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I was on set for The Offer, which is a show, Paramount Plus show that'll be coming out probably, I'm sure, sometime next year about the making of The Godfather. So I was on set with Miles Teller and Dan Fogler and a few other people, and that was just really, really cool. Like just being there and like dude, like, I'm from South Africa, and obviously I've watched Whiplash and a whole bunch of other films that Miles Teller has been in, and it's just crazy, being like, wow, I'm actually on set with this dude, and he's definitely part of the kind of new generation of Hollywood actors who really made their mark and established themselves as guys who can go hard in the paint, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the acting shit. So for me, it was like just seeing him engaging his craft, do his thing. It was really cool, and I really couldn't have wished for a better experience. The Thursday, they actually really didn't use me, to be honest. But I'm still getting paid, still gonna get paid the overtime, so I don't mind. But I was heavily featured on the Wednesday. Like, I definitely got camera time. You definitely finna see me if you watch the show. Otherwise, yeah. Yesterday or the day before. Yeah, the day before, I was visiting a friend, went hard, you know what I'm saying? Had some Bacardi. It was just, yeah, it was a litty night. He used yesterday to recover, and now we're doing this. We're doing this thing today.
I had dating us and shit.
Yeah,
gonna come out tomorrow. Oh, they shot this, whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Anywho, but that's congrats, my dog. How was those things? How was the Westworld? I seen that you was out late.
Yeah,
late as well.
Yeah, it was, damn, man. The first Westworld one that I shot 3 weeks back, that one was crazy. That was a long day. On On Monday, I was only on set for like 6 hours. Wednesday, I was on set for like 16 hours. That's like the longest set I've ever been on. Was for The Offer. Everyone thought it was going to be 8 to 10 hours. Our what do you call it? Call time was 4:15 a.m. and we ended up getting back to base camp at like 9:30. So it was, it was crazy. It was like 16 hours just over, man. Again, I'm getting paid that money, so I don't mind. But it's like, it's crazy, man. It was really crazy.
But you got to be on set, like,
hell yeah,
life.
Hell yeah. And I'm like, hey, man, I really can't complain because I might not be getting this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They could be picking other people, but I was fortunate enough to get work with them twice over 2 days. It's massive, and hopefully they'll call me back for other stuff. But on Thursday it was a bit better. Wasn't as crazy, but it was still a long day. It was still a long day. Yeah. Luckily, I mean, we were shooting in Hollywood close to where I stay, so it was nice. It wasn't anything crazy, but yeah, man, those set days can be long, especially if you don't know. And you can ask the production crew, hey, do you guys know when we're gonna wrap? They don't necessarily always know.
They just saying that, man. We don't know, man.
We don't know.
We wonder the same thing.
Whatever.
That's why they say they're going on strike.
Yeah. Hey, man, and I'll be honest, like, and I was having a conversation with a friend about this. Like, I can kind of understand where they're coming from, because I do feel like they work really crazy hours, man, and I don't even know if they get paid enough. I really don't, and I feel like if it's like a massive thing right now in the industry, then clearly there's an issue, because you would have lots of people in production saying this isn't a thing, lots of people in the crew saying, oh yeah, it's bogus, just a few people making noise, but that's not what's going on. Like, they're really all, solidarity, my brother, like, you know what I'm saying? And so I guess it's a pretty, and I'm pro union. I want them to make sure that they have a good work environment, that they're getting paid what they should be, you know what I'm saying? So, but things are crazy that way, man. Things are crazy in this industry, and you understand you're going to work long hours, whether you're an actor or whether you're on the crew. You're going to work long hours, but yeah, sometimes it can be a bit much. For real.
All right. Well, dang. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I hate to bring that down.
Yeah.
Lay it down like that. But anywho, want to go and get into what we want to talk about today?
Yeah.
Let's talk about how kids are not able to count money these days. I bring this up because I had a conversation with somebody. Yeah. Like, they sent me some, and it was like, oh, well, these kids are retarded. I was like, well, for one, they in a world where they don't really ever have to ever see money in their life. And in about 10 years, the dollar is not going to be a thing.
Like paper money.
It's not going to be a thing. You're not going to be counting money in about 10 to 15 years. It's all going to be digital.
It's all going to be digital. Apple Pay, Samsung Pay,
and so
your card.
So so the person I was talking about, he was talking to, he was like, well, yeah, you just defending these retarded kids. I was like, well, they may be kind of slow. But in this instance, I get it. I get it, because it's like, well, if you don't use something, you have no use for something. And in about 10 to 15 years, that something isn't even going to be a thing. Yeah, what? Okay, cool. Well,
yeah.
I don't think it. I personally, I get it. Like I said, because it's like I said, they're in a world now where they order everything online, or they do everything from their phone.
Exactly, and I feel like, obviously with the whole climate change thing, we're trying to get people to save trees and stuff, and it makes sense. The government also is going to be able to save money in terms of printing, and hard cash is cool, but I feel like we're moving on from that.
Right.
I think the idea should be, I guess, to get kids to understand how money and funds are working digitally now. You know what I'm saying, and all of that, because that's where we're heading. You should still know how to count. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
And you can still learn how to count with different things, different scenarios. It doesn't necessarily have to be with money, but obviously we grew up in that traditional way.
Yeah, we grew up in cash. And I get the traditional aspect of it, and then I get that also leads me to people that's like, oh, they just trying to take all our money, and so we don't have physical money because they want to control us and not. Man, shut the fuck up.
Man,
You're using a debit card right now.
You
shut the fuck up. Like, bro, if they really wanted to get to you,
bruh,
the levels of things that they would do to get to you.
Mm-hmm.
They would get to you. And then I had a conversation with somebody I used to work with. It was like, oh, the government, I make it hard for them. I make it so they got to search for me. I know they can get to me. But nigga, they're not worrying about you.
They're not, bro.
And your little fucking security job.
You know?
Driving your little Solaris.
I feel like people in the United States are hella, like, paranoid and suspicious of their government. And it's like, okay, I mean, I guess you have reasons to be, but also sometimes it's like it's super far-fetched.
Now, my thing is this. And this is everything that I come up with, right? Like the whole thing when everybody was talking about, oh, Mark Zuckerberg places tape over his camera because he don't want people to tune in. Nigga, what makes you think that you in your studio apartment watching Squid Games? That's an amazing show, by the way.
Yeah, I love it.
Probably butt naked. But anyway, all that aside, what use do you have to the government with your working at McDonald's ass? Like, what use do you have? Like, unless you're a national threat, what really do you have to worry about? Like,
they don't care, bro.
They don't care about you.
They don't give a fuck. Like, even with my immigration shit, bro, the government, like, immigration isn't going to go to my bank account. They're not trying to see where I'm getting my checks from. They're not trying to see my deposits. They're not trying to see none of that, bro. Like,
and that's my thing. Like, they say, oh, they tap into everything. Yeah, well, you know what? That's not new.
Yeah, it's not new.
And then here's the thing. Oh, they giving all this. Bro, literally, you benefiting from everything that they're doing. Yeah. In the sense that you're not going to give up your iPhone.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because, you know, Trump banned Huawei's in like 2017 or whatever the hell it was, 2017, 2018. And it's funny because I think to myself, I'm like, dude, like, because the belief was that it was Chinese spyware. And I think to myself, like, bro, like, I mean, there's already so much other shit that already has spyware in it. Like Alexa, you know what's funny and stuff on Amazon, they found that shit was recording people's conversations.
Exactly. Like, and you know what's even crazier to me? The same motherfuckers that be screaming, oh, the government. They'll go on Instagram or Facebook and post their whole life story.
Hell yeah.
Like, bro, we got your whole life story on Facebook. Like, bro,
you know,
you ate cereal this morning.
Yeah, hell yeah. Those of you who use Snapchat or use Snapchat allegedly have a whole database of people's faces, man. So like, they've got you there. They
like,
just got you.
My thing is this. People, the government is spying on us. They might be. It might be. But like this. Unless you're doing something of their interest, they're not worried about you.
They're not.
And the people that are worried about it the most, these little people in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, they don't care about you.
They don't.
They don't care about you.
They don't care.
And then, so that also leads me to this, back to that kids not counting money. What proves my point is this, and this is also another topic I want to talk about. This whole thing about the U.S., the Treasury losing money and not having enough money, they're going to hit their debt ceiling.
The government shut down and they got to raise the debt ceiling and all that.
Put it like this. That might well be true. And shit might go hit the fan. But ain't nobody really worried about this shit.
No, nobody's worried.
Because here's the thing. Everything is digital. It's all just digital numbers now. All it is digital numbers. That's all it is. And yeah, you got to pay for stuff. And yeah, okay, cool. But you got to realize, America is, I've always called America the pimp of the world.
That's interesting. That's an interesting term, y'all.
Think about it. No, hear me out. So America has all this debt. Oh, the debt. We owe China. We owe such and such. But let China try to say, we're going to collect. We owe trillions of dollars to China. Probably never will be able to pay them off.
Probably.
And yet, they ain't came to collect yet.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
And yet they still use our services. Not even China, but like, you know, in general. We owe all this money. There are so many places. And yet we're still number one in one of the top economies in the world.
Number one economy, I'm pretty sure.
Well, one of the strongest economies in the world.
Yeah.
Like, America is a pimp. It really is a pimp. Like, hey, I'll pay you back when I get you back. All right, but go back and make money. Like,
yeah, go back and put your products out there for us to consume and use.
And that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. All the American products are made in other countries, pretty much. There's really hardly any American product. I really can't even tell you. I really can't even tell you what our gross domestic product is.
Yeah, I don't even know what America's GDP is. Definitely in like the trillions, obviously, but
no, I'm saying I don't even know what our economy is based on, other than stocks and credit.
Yeah, and even then, like the stock market and like futures and stuff, that's not a good indicator of the economy because
it's not.
Because the stocks and the stock market,
it's only for rich people.
It's only for rich people. The same 80% of people are you know, or at least the 80% of stocks and like futures and all that kind of stuff, it's all traded between the same rich people. That's what I mean to say.
And that's my thing. So, it's like people don't understand. Like that's where people are like, oh, the stock market's doing so great. But how does that affect your life?
Exactly. How does it actually? Because
it doesn't affect your life.
It doesn't affect your life. To be honest, it really
just
doesn't.
only thing the stock market. This is how the stock market affects your life, and it's not the way you think. It makes everything else go up.
Basically.
It's really all it does. It makes everything else go up. It makes the price of everything go up.
Even if these guys are making money, even if the stock market is doing well and these guys are making money, they can still raise the prices.
No, they do.
Inflation is still a thing. Like
when the economy is going, they raise the prices because, quote unquote, the economy is saying that it's going, so you raise the prices, right? And whatever. They're only. Like I said, it's only going for the people who can benefit from it. People who's under it, which is like you said, like the 85%, or maybe even lower, because it maybe even higher rather. Like middle class, lower middle class, and lower middle class, we don't benefit really from the economy.
We don't.
It's up to the higher middle class and like top 1% that really benefit, like people who actually have real stake. I'm not talking about like, oh, my 401k is set to the side, like that.
You know,
that's different. Oh, I got a little few stocks here. No, we talking about real money moving players,
exactly,
like millions.
And the thing is, these guys make so much money, bro. They get, you know, besides the amount that they get paid in their job, they're already getting like golden handshakes and stuff, bro. Like, okay, yeah, a great job, you know, running this company, or even if you did a bad job, that's fine. We'll just give you, you know, $6.7 million, and you go out the door. And it's a thing of like, these guys are making so much money. The average person who works for these corporations isn't making that much. Right. The truth is that money could go back into the employees, which would then obviously go into the middle class. But that's not what happens.
You know what's funny? I still, people that come to me and nobody's really explained trickle down economics to me.
That's because it doesn't work.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, that's my thing. Like, people, as much as like I read, like I know what it is. People try to, and then people try to say, "Oh, it's great because rich you're gonna." I want to ask you, and then this is my question to people like that: what world do you know that somebody makes a lot of money, and that lot of money benefits you? I'm gonna give you $100, and you're gonna put that $100 to affect somebody else. It doesn't work like that.
Doesn't work.
Because what you're going to do is you're going to put that $100, you're going to go you're going to go spend, like they're going to break it down. Okay, this goes to taxes, this goes to bills, this goes to savings for another day. Savings, not putting back into the economy. Like I said, economy only, the whole economy and all that, it really only is great for the people who are actually benefiting. And those are the people who are actually got money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like... If you got stocks, cool. That's cool.
That's great.
I mean, good.
That's
it
lovely.
Ain't really doing anything really for you.
It really ain't.
And maybe in the long run it will. You can get a nice little, house and live comfortably or whatever. Like definitely if you are young, definitely get invested in the economy or in stocks and all that shit as quick as you can, because you over time.
If trickle down economics actually worked, then we know how much Jeff Bezos is ridiculously rich. Right. He made so much money over the pandemic. Amazon pays next to no tax. If trickle down economics worked and Jeff Bezos was like, "Yo, I've made so much money, I can actually put this money back into the middle class through taxes and ensuring that people have infrastructure and good schools and stuff." Why didn't he do that? it would have happened if trickle-down economics actually worked. If trickle-down economics actually worked, why aren't Amazon employees getting paid better? If it worked, why can't they ensure that they have better conditions and better work environments and better pay and all that kind of stuff? That's because it doesn't.
I got one better.
There's no incentive to. No capitalism works on you trying to maximize profits. That's the whole thing. So why, if I'm trying to maximize profits, why would I, give some of that money away to? No, it doesn't work that way, dude. It doesn't. Yeah.
Am I what's funny? Like, I am a capitalist. Don't get me wrong. I do believe in a capitalistic system. Like, because I feel like people are like, oh, it's it's the system. It's not the system. It's how you allow people to trick the system.
Exactly.
So put it like this: everybody benefits from the capitalistic system, whether they want to admit it or not. And then the people that are most proponents of destroying it, one, you don't have a better solution. Like, I have yet to hear a strong solution. And two, you benefit the most from it because you pay people to do. All capitalism is, I pay you to do a service. You pay people to fulfill that service quicker, or so you can go and get more customers. That's all capitalism is. I pay you for something to do something for me, and you in turn return that favor or whatever that what is, or you pay somebody else for you. I pay for you so you can pay for your workers and pay for the service
the
to
division
get done.
Of labor in order for the good or service to be produced. Yeah,
that's all capitalism is. Now don't get me wrong. There are evil with any system. There's corruption in system, but that's only because we allow these people through the foundations and the whole infrastructure and laws to take advantage of said system, like a Jeff Bezos, who doesn't pay any, like Amazon doesn't pay anything. But something that's weird that I get. So Mark Cuban, he was explaining why they didn't pay as much as what they didn't pay, and it's because they invest so much, and supposedly they invest so much in their company to make it better for other people and for product, whatever. That's cool. But I also heard something I was watching an interview with T.I. last night, and the conversation came up of it's a lot of things that he wanted in life, but he wouldn't get it because he wouldn't be a sound investment. And the topic of, I could buy a plane, and that'd be cool. And then it was like, well, you could rent it out. It's like, well, I can't get a tax write-off for it. Shit like that. See, you get a tax write-off for a plane, basically just keeping it yourself.
Basically. It makes no sense,
and it's like a dollar for dollar tax write-off. $3 million. Like if I paid $3 million for this plane, shit like that. Like that's shit like that. That like, okay, cool. You're really not investing in putting it back into the world or whatever. It's really just for you, and it doesn't benefit anybody but yourself.
For your own personal use, pretty much. Yeah.
And so it's like, to me, that's shit like that. That's when you let people take advantage of the system. Which nothing on T.I., man. I love T.I. And nothing on rich people. You play the system, play the game how you play the game. Get your money.
Right.
But that's why we are where we are, because you got rich people, like on a micro scale. Think about if they are able to do that. Think about all the other shit that they get to write off, that they do it for their leisure and all that. How many other ways they could take advantage of said system.
On top of, especially on that compounded with offshore accounts makes it easy for them to hide money. I saw something trending today. There's like this report that's been released. It's like a 2-point-something terabyte like amount of data, which basically talks about a whole bunch of leaders and celebrities and people who've been putting their money in offshore accounts and stashing it there, and obviously trying to avoid paying tax. You know what I mean? And it's like that's the problem. Like capitalism could work, but it needs to be regulated and it needs to be balanced out with the socialist aspects. And I mean, the United States really does that. Like, people don't realize, but paying for schools, infrastructure, paying for fire and rescue, paying for police, all this stuff, that's all socialism. It's socialism.
Honestly.
And the countries that generally tend to be the most well-off in the world in terms of taking care of its citizens and everything is good, high standard of life, great educational system, are the ones who get the balance right of capitalism and socialism.
You know something that's weird to me, and then we can move out this topic.
Mm.
It's weird to me when people that are not so against capitalism that they go point and say, "Oh, socialism is so bad," but then they go point at all these other little countries that actually are doing socialism. Well, you got to look at this. These little countries are a state in the U.S. They're a state in the U.S. There would be a state in the U.S. Like Switzerland would be a state in the U.S. It's how small it is. When you're doing something on like the U.S. is probably landmass wise one of the largest areas to govern, right?
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, this is gonna work. This works here in this country. Let's try it here." Different rules, and then you got to look at the fact that each state is basically its own country.
Yeah, basically.
Different rules. You got to So my thing is this: it's not that capitalism is the problem, and it's not that socialism is the answer. It's just that we, as a society and as a country, need to get to a point where we, like you said, need to learn how to balance the two.
The two, yeah.
If we paying you so much money to be rich, take care of your workers. Take care of your workers so your workers can take care of you. Make you more productive. Get you more money. That's simple. Why is this a hard concept to get?
Yeah, it's nuts to me that we, the workers, the middle class, will pay for the roads and all this stuff for these billionaires and millionaires for their products and services to move across the country, across the world, and then they make more money. They're not going to put that money in as well. Like, that makes no sense to me. That's basically them using the middle class and the poor in order to get their way and make more money, you know. So I hope something changes. I do, because I feel like corporations have way too much power, especially in the United States. Like government lobbying, they tell the representatives, the senators and the representatives, write this bill, say this, make it easier for us to keep our money. And the thing is, a lot of those people in Congress are rich. They're incredibly wealthy people already. So they're like, oh, yeah, I don't want to pay more tax. And I also have businesses. I also have investments. So, yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to, you know, and you guys are paying me speaking fees. You're donating to my campaigns. Yeah, I fully agree with y'all. Inviting me to luncheons, you know.
And that's another problem.
Hell yeah.
That's another problem. I feel like I read somewhere, and it was a great idea, that senators, Congress people, I do agree, two things. And I seen these two different things. One, there should be an age gap. Like, we should not have people who grew up 50 years ago trying to govern today.
Oh, you mean like age limit?
Yeah, you got to have an age limit. Like, I feel like
term limits and age limits.
Like, at 60 years old, you need to start looking at you. Like, we got motherfuckers that grew up literally in middle of Jim Crow, still governing us.
You have 80-year-olds in Congress. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Our president is damn near 90.
In general, you were supposed to have retired 20 years prior. Generally, the retirement age is like 65, 66.
Joe Biden
That's when it's
like,
like,
75?
Yeah, it's like Biden old, Trump old. And the thing is, both of them showed mental decay as well. Trump showed mental decay when he was president. Biden shows mental decay now. It's like,
I forget.
Why?
You know what's funny? I still legit forget sometimes that he is president.
Yeah.
Like, I forget.
I think he forgets too.
No, you know what's funny? I forget, and then I see him on TV, and he's like, it's like he's trying to make the shit up as he goes, but his brain isn't operating, so it's like, yeah. So yeah.
You know, and then he stops, and then he's like,
"You do know it's written down for you, right?"
Yo, Joe, dude, nigga make me laugh, bro. Like, but you know, you're right, dude. There need to be age limits. There need to be, and the thing is, you say that, then people say, "Oh, that's ageist." You can't say that people. No.
Old people should be like, you retire.
Yes.
Wherever your state's minimum retiring age is, that's where you need to retire.
Retire.
Point blank. Period. Also, they shouldn't be able to, just like the president, they shouldn't be able to accept any money from their office. And also, they should not make more than their median income of their state.
I like that. That's actually smart.
They making $100,000, and then their median income in their state is $35,000.
It makes no sense, bro. And it's like right now with the government shutdown, and it's happened before. The U.S. government shuts down. People in Congress are still getting paid.
Exactly.
Like, how are you shut down the government?
The Congress
federal
are getting
employees everywhere have been retrenched. People don't have work, and you're still getting paid. Like,
That's
No,
funny.
it's rubbish.
Like the government employees are not getting paid, but the Congress people are getting paid. Oh, they ain't missing their check.
What? Yeah, I'm not missing my check, but you know what I'm saying.
But yet, old girl walks up, eat the rich.
Eat the rich. They still.
No, I'm talking about old girl at the Met Gala. Eat the rich with the grit. But I ain't gonna lie. I like AOC though. I like AOC.
She fine. I would dip.
I ain't gonna lie. She is.
I would smash. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes she can be a bit dull up there. Some of the shit that she says and does, like at the Met Gala, like eat the rich, and
you're at the Met Gala.
You're at the Met Gala with some of the most powerful people on this planet.
Supposedly, this though. She got everything for free, which even that's still in itself kind of fucked up. Like you got all this shit for free, and you hear what all these rich people like eat the rich. It's kind of like, okay, even if you got it all for free, it's like, all right, cool. You still in the circle.
You know, you would.
So you want to eat yourself.
There were people protesting the Met Gala like outside. It's like you could have done something with them. You could have done something else at any other opportunity. Instead, you decided to try and be the thing of the night and try to be smart and cute with it. And your dress just ended up making you look like a Chick-fil-A takeaway bag. You know what I'm saying? It literally, like the red and the white, you look like a Chick-fil-A. Like, I'm expecting, the chicken sandwich and then nuggets, like, what, like...
Okay.
Genuinely, like, it was just in bad and poor taste. Like, I understand the point that AOC was trying to make, but for me, it's like, it looks bad. The optics are bad, man. It's really, really bad. So you standing there wearing this dress. There's a dude right behind you with like $1 billion rollie on his wrist. Like it's just, I'm sorry.
You know what would have been better? You know what would have been better if she was walking around with a collection plate.
Yeah. You know, collection. Hell yeah.
I see you got $1 million rollie. You gonna put 500,000
in Vera Wang? You about to donate?
Not the Vera Wang.
You know, Jimmy Choo. You about to donate? What's going on? Like, no, for real. No, that would have, to me, that would have been even better. I'm like, all right, cool. But the dress thing is like, no. But that's how it be, dude. Even the people who sometimes you feel like are for it, they're benefiting. Everyone in Congress is benefiting from that position, dude. Like, it's just
and that's the crazy thing. That's the craziest part about it. It's like, oh, we gonna slide you in. And I get it. Like, in no perfect world, there's no perfect world where we got a perfect solution, because people are always find ways to get around the rules. Like, it is what it is. People, where there is rules, there will always be rule breakers. There's just no way around that. But I will say this: we do need to do a better way. We do need to do a better job, rather, of balancing it out. Yeah. And people just need to like realize, okay, cool. It's not just me on this world. It's not just me doing it's not just me. I have to do this. And even if it's okay, even if you want to be yourself, okay, why I gotta worry about other people? Think about what you're doing for yourself. Yeah. I'm putting more money, like as a rich person, if I'm putting more money into this system, that means I'm going to get better workers. If I make education free, then that means I get more educated workers. That means they're smarter. That means I can hire more smarter people that can handle more tasks and know how to do things. And that's less training that I have to do on me and spend more money out of my pocket.
Precisely.
So yeah, it's a win. Like, I don't get how people do not see the common win-win in this.
Selfishness, greed.
Even in the greed part, right? You still benefit from it.
Yeah, you could still make money, and
you make more money.
It's like what? You're right, and that's what gets me is like, okay, even if you want to make money, dude, you know you're gonna make more money by doing this and putting the taxes in and ensuring people are better off, because then people are gonna have more money to spend on goods. If you're paying people more through your company and you're doing this and you're ensuring that people have infrastructure and schools and stuff, it just makes things better for you. People are going to be able to afford to spend more on your products and on your services.
And then you want to know something else on a very minimalistic way? You have less people hating you. Yeah. Like, exactly. you can go literally live your life with less people hating you. And I get, I'm a billionaire, I can do whatever I want in that. But think about it. That's less stress that you got to worry about people trying to protest you and like all that. Like, think about it. It's a win-win. Like, I don't get how people do not see the commonality. Okay, if I give a little bit more here, then that makes my life easier.
Easier. Exactly.
But yeah. Anywho, switching topics. Question with the clowns. we're gonna change it. I had one question, but I'm gonna change it.
Mm.
So, because I want to talk about this topic.
Mm.
Questions with the clowns.
Mm.
This is your opportunity to basically link in with us, give us your opinion on the show and your opinion on the topic that we're going to discuss.
That's right.
This is your way to interact with us.
That's right.
We love to hear your answers, and we definitely respond to them wherever you post them.
We do.
You can find us on social media.
Yes.
Or post your answers in the comments below.
That's right.
So, for today, the questions of the clowns question comes from an idea posted by one of our viewers, and they wanted to hear more sports topics.
Mm.
And I love sports.
Mm-hmm.
So, the question of the clowns for this week, the questions with the clowns, rather, for this week is this. Do you feel that NBA, NFL, and sports athletes should have to take the vaccine? If so, please let us know your answers below, and we'll definitely have a conversation about it. So, M, do you feel that sports figures and athletes should have to take the vaccine? And what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I do. I do feel like they should. And and again, it's a thing of, well, nobody can force you, but if you want to play, if you want to keep your job, then you should.
Right.
Ultimately, this is about ensuring that, other people, other players, not just the players on your team, but the other team, the opposing team's players, the people, you're going to be touching up on them. They're going to be touching up on you. You're going to be touching the ball. The coaching staff, referees, whoever, people in the immediate vicinity. Also the fans. Also, the fans coming into the stadium, and just, it's a thing of safety. And it's like the people who don't want to take it, or the players who don't want to take it, it's just nonsensical. They're trying to make it it's my freedom, what. And
don't play.
And I said, well, then just don't play, dude, because the vaccines are actually safe.
Right.
They're actually safe. And the truth is that when you were young, you took hella vaccines. You were already inoculated for a lot of different stuff.
It's even wilder than that, and I hate to cut you off. These motherfuckers literally take any and everything to go back on a court or field.
Yeah.
Literally play Propofol, like, shots out the wazoo.
Right? Boosters, injections. Hell yeah. Exactly.
Numbing themselves up. But this one little thing, this shot, this vaccine, is too much. It's against your... Come on, man. You go to Western medicine and you get all these surgeries and go on all these things. And so I'm sorry I had to cut you off.
No, it's cool. But
you said something that's like, it's like, that's it. That's exactly it. You take all these things throughout your career, and now it's a problem.
All these different supplements, they're putting who knows what in there. You don't always know everything that's in there, bro.
And I'm all for people in there. I'm all for people in their rights to be who they want. Like Kyrie, I love Kyrie. Uncle Drew is probably one of those. He is the sauciest NBA player in the league today. I don't care. Nobody. Uncle Drew is the shit. He's one of my favorite point guards in the league. However, my thing is this: you stay in a state, you play in a state where they literally stay for inside events. You have to have the COVID vaccine. You're putting your team at risk because you're not taking the vaccine. So now the Brooklyn Nets have to deal with you missing home games. And then also you say, it's for a personal matter. Okay, cool. It's your personal matter. It's for you. You do what you got to do. Just don't play. Don't play. My thing is this. What people don't understand is this. I understand all the concern or whatever. Cool. You have your rights to believe what you want to believe. Your rights to express your freedom and not take the jab and not do what you got to do. Or not take the... Yeah, you have your rights, but also these are companies you still work for that have their rights also.
Exactly. Everyone else has the right to feel safe. Everyone else has the right to know that, I'm playing with the vaccinated
It was the same thing I said with mask when it first came out, and people was like, "Oh, you can't tell me I can't come in here to shop because I don't have a mask." No, they can, because that's their business. It's their private business that you're coming into, and they have the right to protect them and their customers from you and your ignorance. So, yeah. My thing is this: to any NBA players, cool. Any NFL players, all y'all that, you know what, it is what it is. I get it. You know, you have your concerns, but my thing is this. If you don't want to get it, just don't play. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Don't hold your team up in the frenzy talking about, oh, I don't know this and that. You literally work for somebody. If you didn't work for somebody, it'd be different. But you literally work for somebody. They're telling you, this is where we're going to go. This is what we're going to do.
For me, it's funny, like the whole religious exemption thing too. Oh yeah, I'm religiously exempt from taking this. Like, bruh, I don't understand that because it's like
Western medicines, dude. Yet you taking pills.
So you
never had surgery.
Because to me, it's a very funny thing because it's like you guys will attribute everything else to God and God's will, God's desire, and then when someone who and I'm not religious, but going according to a religion, someone who has been blessed with the smarts and the intellect to be able to develop this vaccine makes this vaccine in order for you and to save people's lives, you don't want it. It's just dumb. The logic never makes sense with these guys, and that's my issue. It never, ever makes sense. There's no rationale to what these guys are saying. Surely you should be wanting to take that vaccine if you know that the thing that's in the best interest in what God would want is for people to be saved. It's for people to be healthy and safe. Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, it really does.
Like, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious. I believe religion in its totality has done way worse, has done way more harm to the world and way worse things to the world than it's actually done good.
Facts.
But I am a spiritual person. I do believe in God, that there is a God. But I don't believe that God is found in any religion. Like, I do believe the concepts of all the religions show you what their God is and who their God is. Don't get me wrong. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
Like, the teachings, they're there. But anybody that brings religion into anything man-made or here's the thing. Okay, cool. You have your religious belief. You don't believe that God would want you to take this thing. If that's the case, cool. If you don't believe God will want you to do that, then and that's your bottom line. Then you got to cut off all Western medicine.
Yeah.
You can't go to the doctor for nothing.
You can't.
But yet you got all these booster shots to go to school, and you go and you break an arm, you go to the hospital to get a cast, and you go and it's kind of the same thing with people that are doing this whole what's it called? The Herbalife and all that stuff.
Yeah, all that.
What's the people called? The natural holistic
people. Yeah.
It's like, okay, I get it, man. You believe what you believe, and I'm not attacking holistic people. Hey, I feel like, hey, you found some way that works with your body. You work with your body.
That's cool.
But you're literally doing the same process, just in a less condensed form. Only difference is that the medicine that we're taking or the things that we're getting are in a more condensed form. You're literally taking them right from the source and just whatever. Oh, it's processed. Everything's processed. You that's literally how you make stuff. Is through a process.
It's through a process. Even if you get some herbs and then you're like, okay, I throw the herbs in a mug and then I add hot water to them. That's a process.
It's process.
There is a certain chemical process that is now taking place with the hot water in order to activate the the herbs in order to make it in order to make it drinkable or in order to make it whatever. Like yeah, it's just, for me, it's nonsense, dude. And it's like, as someone who was like, okay, cool, I believe the vaccine works and stuff, but I didn't want to take it. Ended up getting my second shot on the 28th, which was this week. Ended up getting that. That was fine. I didn't feel, maybe I felt a little bit tired. My arm was maybe a little bit numb from the injection, but that's it. Like, it's nothing. Don't be a pussy about it. Like, I'm fine. We're fine. You know what I'm saying? And I may get COVID, but the symptoms, the people who have gotten the vaccine and have gotten COVID are pretty fucking certain that COVID would have been worse had they not gotten the vaccine.
Even then.
It's like,
even then, I hate people that, you can still get it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You can still get it. You can still get AIDS, but you still have sex.
Yeah.
You use a condom, but you can still get AIDS.
But you can still get AIDS.
You can still get pregnant and still have sex.
That condom could still break. Yeah.
No, you could use a Plan B and still get pregnant.
But
you still out here fucking.
He's still doing it.
Oh, it hasn't been tested or whatever. I mean, it ain't such and such. Well, I mean, you're smoking weed and shit, but
it's gone through rigorous clinical trials, man. Like, I just feel like it's just people. It's with people wanting to be my freedom. It's not even a thing of, I'm worried about it. I think people are gonna tell themselves whatever they're gonna tell themselves, but ultimately, it's people just being dumb. about the whole thing. Yeah,
it really just comes down to this: people wanting something to complain about.
yes,
That's all it is.
That's
People
all.
wanting to stand down and say, "Oh, you're the sheep." Okay, cool. If I'm the sheep, and somebody had a great quote, I forgot who it was. Dang, I forget. I be just watching so much shit and just taking so much stuff. This the world we live in these days. But the quote was, "If they really made a vaccine and we're the sheep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think they want to stay alive?
Mm-hmm.
The people that's gonna take the vaccine and like do what they want them to do, or the people that's gonna always buck and say, okay, no, not for me."
No, this is bullshit. Not for me. I ain't
Who do you if this is if that's the case, if that's really what they want to do, they want to kill off everybody and make us sheep or whatever. Who do they keep? Who serves them most?
Mm-hmm.
It comes a matter of who serves who's most, and guess what? Not the sheep.
Not the sheep.
I want the one that's not gonna cause me problems,
Ah.
and that's just what it is. So yeah, in totality, I say this for any player that says, "Oh, I don't want to take the vaccine or I don't want to do it for whatever reason." Cool, you have your right to. At the end of the day, you work for somebody. They said this is what you got to do. You could do it or not do it, but just don't play. Miss those millions that you're gonna do, but just don't play. It's cool. It's your belief. Just don't play. That's literally your job, though, and that's what I say to anybody, even with their jobs. Don't go to work anymore.
Don't do it.
And so yeah. Anywho,
no kizzy.
Moving on, and it's time about to wrap this up.
He
About
said,
that mark. So, ready?
Yeah.
All right, cool deal. So, I know how we like to wrap this up. Artist of the week. Artist of the week is our time to give a shout out to a special artist out there who is doing their thing and doing their thing well. We don't care if you're outside playing bongo drums outside of Walmart. We want to big you up because we are artists and we know how much it means to just get one little shout out. So with that, we want to shout out somebody this week who we feel is really doing this shit. And so for M, I want to hear who you got as artist of the week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for artist of the week, I got my boy Santos Ramirez. He goes by Rampages. That's his artist name. He's a voice and film actor. He's a rapper, a writer, filmmaker. He is a really cool dude. Real legit, genuine guy. When I came back to LA last year in October, my accommodation fell through, so I was low key technically homeless for 2.5 weeks. So he let me sleep on his couch and shit, and let me eat some of his food and smoke his weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? So so he's and I stayed with him for 2 weeks, and he's just a genuine guy, great rapper, super talented. I do believe he's finna blow up soon. It's just a matter of time. And you can find him on IG, Sonny Rampage, SONNYRAMPAGE. That's Sonny Rampage, SONNYRAMPAGE. And again, his name is Santos Ramirez. He's a real dope guy, and I tell everybody, I really want people to tap in with people who I feel got that talent and who gonna go places, and I definitely feel like he's going places for sure, So be sure to follow him, check out his work. He's got music on Spotify, on different platforms. Check that out too. I promise you, y'all gonna love it, man. He's just got a whole different vibe to him.
Links down below in the comment, in the bios.
That's right.
With that, got anything else you want to add?
No, sir. I think that's it.
Any hot takes?
You
gonna leave those baby factories alone?
I was just thinking it's really interesting that we got out of Afghanistan before Kanye West dropped Donda. That dawned on me.
Culture clowns.
Day.
We out.
We out.